Bonnie from Mom by Example, and I'm making this YouTube video today because I've received several emails in the past 2 to 3 weeks about what to do if your children whine. There's a verse in the Bible, Philippians 2:14, that my children did not enjoy hearing, and that is, do everything without complaining, arguing, mumbling, grumbling, and I added whining. Not sure if it was okay to add that, but I think it fits in perfectly. And if it says do everything without whining, complaining, arguing, I think we can do that. Whining isn't something you can ignore. A lot of moms just try to ignore it, and I don't think that really works with any behavior that you want to change. In fact, usually what happens with whining is when you try to ignore it, the child just keeps going and going and whining until most moms either give in or they are so frustrated that they react in anger, and that's never going to solve anything. The child either gets hurt feelings or they learn how to push your buttons, they learn that mom can explode. So any behavior that's worth changing is going to take some work, but it does work. And I raised my children without whining, because I think if you have a whiny toddler or preschooler, they grow into a teenager who whines a little bit differently but still whines. So what I do is when the child whines, I get very close to them, just a few inches away from their face, and put on my plastic smile, and I say, no, we don't talk like that. Remember, we don't whine. We use and I called it our happy voice. We use our happy voice. And so I role play. Our children don't know how they should behave, so I role play. And I'll say something like, you want more milk? Just say, Mommy, I have more milk. Now, they might be so young that they can't even say complete sentences, but they understand what you're saying. I never give in to whining. Ever give in. If they have behavior that's not getting the desired response, they'll stop. Nobody's going to continue behavior that isn't giving you the response that you want. And so whining never gives my children the response that they want. And it could be, when they start whining, it could be 10, 15, 20 times a day that you'll have to say, no, no, let's use our happy voice. Now that doesn't mean that when they use their happy voice, they're going to get what they want. But they'll get my attention, and I'll be smiling, and I'll be 2 to 3 inches from their face, and I'll be talking to them, and I will be in a good mood while I'm talking to them, and I'll at least make them understand if it's no, why it's no, and that if it's yes, it's because they've asked with their happy voice. So I would suggest that you try that. They usually push your buttons. They know where to do that. Grocery stores, relatives' houses, when they'll really start whining, and just sort of to shut them up. You'll feel like you want to give in. Don't do that. Just get right in their face gently, lovingly. You can even touch their cheek gently and just say, let's use our happy voice here. I don't go into long explanations. I just say we use our happy voice, then I explain yes or no. So hopefully that helps with the whole whining situation.